My boy Isaac is fascinated by the eagle. To him, every big bird is an eagle. So one day I asked him, why do you love the eagle so much? Here's what he said. The eagle is strong. It lays so many eggs. It chases other animals and kills them. The moment he said it chases other animals and kills them, that's when I realized that I'm talking to a 5-year-old who wants to turn this conversation into a horror movie. But what I picked from that conversation that day is that he was right. The ego is the strongest bird, and that's why God referred to it in Exodus 19:4. What's up, loves? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lily, and on this channel we create life experience and faith-based content. If that's something you're interested in, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss on future content that I upload every Tuesday and Friday. So from the title, you are probably thinking, did she just refer God to an eagle? Because an eagle is labeled as unclean and it shouldn't be eaten in Leviticus 11:13. And in Matthew 24:28, it is a bird of prey. So I kind of understand why you would think like that. But here's the reason why I referred to him as a mother eagle. Let's read Exodus 19:4, which is going to be our main topic for today. You yourself have seen what I did to Egypt and how I carried you on eagle's wings and brought you to myself. In this verse, I've learned 5 lessons, and we are going to break them as we go along. So the verse starts with, and you yourself have seen what I did to Egypt. This shows that God has a recollective memory, and that's our first lesson, recollective memory. So God was referring to the things that he did while he was trying to rescue the Israelites from Egypt, the boils, the lice, the flies, the Nile turned into blood, the locusts, darkness, death of firstborn sons, and so many others. So he was literally telling Moses that he shouldn't forget what he is capable of doing. So many times we forget what God is capable of doing, of what God has done for us, especially during trying times. But in this verse, he's telling us that if he could do it then, he can do it now and better. Loves, let's try to have that recollective memory of the things that he has done for us before. It is going to make whatever we are going through easier. Because if he has done it before, he's definitely going to do it again. Okay, so let's continue with the text. And how I carried you. God delivered the Israelites. He carried them out of the nest of bondage, which brings us to lesson number 2, deliverance. These people were living under slavery for over 400 years. They were living under harsh conditions. I'm sure they tried several times to live but failed. There was no man who was going to help them escape except God. So one day God heard their cry and he came to their rescue. So you may be going through a bondage or a generational curse, but the good news is God is ready to deliver you just like he did with the Israelites. All you need to do is accept him as your Lord and Savior and call on to his name. Let's read Psalms 50:15. And call on me in the day of trouble. I will deliver you and you will honor me. Yes, he will deliver you. But you should give the glory and honor to him, not your pastor or any other idolatry. And once he has done that, please don't enslave yourself again by going back to the same practices. Let's read Galatians 5:1. It is for freedom that Christ has set us free. Stand firm then and do not let yourselves be burdened again by a yoke of slavery. Please stay in him and he will stay in you. So God did not just deliver the Israelites out of Egypt. He did it with great affection and top-notch protection. Which brings us to step number 3 and 4. We are going to combine them. because you can only protect something that you love. So lesson number 3 and 4 is affection and protection. So when he says on eagle's wings, it's more like a jet or first class. The eagle has strong wings. It is fast and is superior to other birds. That's why my boy Isaac loves the eagle so much. I totally understand him. So when someone takes you on a jet or first class, they really love you. And they are definitely protecting you from something, maybe from crowd fever or COVID or Ebola. They are really protecting you. And this is what happened to the Israelites. They came out of Egypt with great ears, and there was a lot of protection for them. The eagle's tenderness and attentiveness when it comes to its young is over the roof. This bird will look for strategic places to build the nest, like mountain high. And when it comes to feeding, all hands on deck. Both parents will do that. Unlike other birds where it's only the mother that is responsible for that. When it comes to training, like when it's time for these eaglets to fly, they are going to do it with great protection. You know, as they are learning to fly, they'll get dizzy and exhausted. So falling is inevitable. But the mother eagle will swoop in beneath it and bear it on its wings. So it's not going to fall. And that's exactly what happened to the Israelites. God protected them throughout their journey as they were leaving Egypt. He made sure that they had time to pack everything, to pack all their property. They did not run out of Egypt. They walked. They walked. That means he was protecting them all along. And oh my God, he made a highway out of the Red Sea. Who does that? Only someone who has great affection and protection for you. And he made a cloud and fire around them. That was the interpose between them and their pursuers, so they were not touched. If he did that, trust me, he can do it for you. He's going to send that cloud to guard you. Let's read Psalms 91, 11 to 12.
For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their hands, so that you will not strike your foot against a stone.
Not just guarding you, but in all your ways. That means with your family, with your friends, with everything surrounding you. Life may be lifing right now, and you feel like giving up, but please don't give up. He's going to see you through. He allowed whatever to happen to you right now because he has a purpose for you. Otherwise, you'll be dead. Trust me, he has put a cloud over your life and he is going to make sure that you cross that Red Sea. Let's read Psalms 121, 7.
The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life.
So now we know he has a recollective memory, he delivers, he protects, and he has affection for us. Guess what? He is doing all that because he wants to bring us to him. And that's where the text says, and I brought you to myself. The Israelites belonged to God, and so do we. He did not go through all that trouble of rescuing the Israelites so that they can be by themselves, or he is not going through all that trouble of rescuing us so that we can be by ourselves. Let's read 2 Corinthians 5:15.
And he died for all, that those who live should no longer live for themselves, but for him who died for them and was raised again.
God does not want to share us with anyone else. He will do anything to make us his and his alone, just like a husband will do everything the wife needs so that she is not taken by other suitors. Whatever you're going through, just know that he did not bring you this far to let you stay in that situation. He wants us to get to that promised land. and we will with His guidance. I think we can all agree that God is indeed a mother eagle. If this video really blessed you, please feel free to share it so that other people are blessed. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye-bye.